Para aqui, tá? Calma, vem cá. Tem, box.
Nossa, não saiu do tiro da
Matei. É o Ronaldo. Finalizei.
Blake, só esquece quem é, tá? Isso não importa.
Tá bom.
Então segura, tem mini?
Eu acho que eu também tô achando que o bolinha aqui, o Montanha.
Não, box.
Acho que ele tá agressivo porque ele tá dando IGL, né, mano?
Queria pegar aqui no tiro.
Nossa. Eu acho que ele tá ansioso por ter que
ele vai voltar a buscar o loot,
carregar, entre aspas, o Flex, porque eu acho que o Bom nunca teve, né, essa experiência de ser IGL. Eu sei que ele tava treinando um pouco, mas mesmo assim é um choque muito grande.
Tem bolinha não, né?
Tenho bolinha, 6 bolinhas.
Ele tá dando IGL e jogando com os melhores ali, pô. Pra ele deve ser bem... Deve ser algo bem diferente, ainda mais IGL no reload.
Tá.
Pressão absurda, exatamente.
Tá? Cá? Vem. Vou parar.
Nossa. Não rouba a parede. Mano, sempre em LAN tem muito lag.
Let's go.
Acho que eles devem estar sofrendo demais com isso.
Vai slider.
Não, deu certo.
Parei.
Nossa, demais. Querem jogar bom.
Vai pra bolinha dele?
Dropei metade.
Eu acho que tem gente na montanha. Você pode ficar no meio do sanduíche, né? Não vai ser muito claro. Nossa, ele só tá
Eu vou ficar pra fazer a parede.
Fica aqui. Vem cá.
Tipo do Pulga, né?
Sei?
Ó. Play? Vocês querem refresh? Eu acho. Eu não tô escutando a cal. Aumenta. Não dá, Caps. Tá no máximo.
Aumentar o quê?
A voz.
Ah, não.
Calma, vai fechado, tá?
Tá.
Fui. Você vai, tá?
Ó o delay. Vocês viram agora o delay? Eu acho que agora que ele tá com o colchão deu pra gente jogar.
Pronto, abre pra mim.
Tá. 100. Box. 100.
Nossa.
Bem? Para.
Nice, perfeito, mano. Muito bom, mano.
O que será que o Flex deu dano nele também?
Bate o balinho. Fica na sua costa. Só bate reto, tá?
Tá.
Vai partir.
Bate primeiro.
Parei lá pra trás, tá? Cuidado.
Passou contigo.
Max.
Calma aí. Pega aí.
Nossa,
Perfeito, bom.
eu queria ver o loot do Flex pra ver se ele dá full suporte igual ele joga com o Flex.
Uma bolinha. Aqui, ó.
Porque aí é mais complicado o Flex ser suporte.
Aqui, ó. Segura.
Seria interessante se
Obrigado.
fosse o Flex
Bate essa bolinha pra frente.
Eu não sei se tá acontecendo.
Pra frente, bato.
Mas seria interessante se o
também.
Flex, tipo, farmasse full pro bom estar bom.
Só desce.
Gol comigo.
Desce.
E aí ele só dropava.
Cadê tu, Gol? Cadê tu?
Só frente.
Tem match hit?
Não,
Não tem match hit.
desce. Você não tem hard?
Tenho só madeira.
Tá. Só pula, tá? Pula de cabeça. Só pula. Quantas madeiras você tem?
60, vai acabar.
Olha pra trás, vamos aqui. Atrás. Peraí.
Aqui.
Tá, tá?
Tá bom.
Quantas eliminações? Nossa, 24 pessoas ainda.
Vai. Ai, tomamos 2, mano.
Well, shockwave from Kanata causing a little bit of destruction and confusion as Cold is simply on the hunt. An opportunity there, but he misses out. But Zemi's going to steal that one away as PETERBOT is struggling to get out of the box, but they send him back to the lobby anyway.
And Queasy, the lone man on height, he's going to try and just make sure that he's got it as long as possible. Clicks and Lacy, though, all the way in the bottom field. They're making sure that nobody can challenge their current position. Clicks creating so much space. Lacy, all that bot reviewing from last night, buddy. It's kicking in now. Queasy going to be dropped down into the heart of the action. And now Clicks, Lacy, he might actually do this.
He finds his former teammate Veno, the 6 out of 12, and he lands another shot, but he gets shockwave out of zone, quickly uses his, finds his way back, 0 builds left, but on the high ground, it's his EU competition. He goes for a play, but gets set right back down. Nikov, Podoside, 4 eliminations, they're in control.
And they absolutely blocked off Queasy's attempt to actually catapult himself back up to high ground. Clicks, Lacy, they're just too tangled up. It's only going to be Clicks that manages to finagle his way out of here, but he's going to shockwave up. He sees Podoside, but he's a target. But Podoside fits it back in. It's only Nikov, the other half
esse perdão, de verdade.
There's one duo left in this game, and it's Cooper and Zemi. Everybody else is solos as Queasy's trying to go for the heal off. The Chug Jug backside of the zone, he barely gets it off in time. But Cooper and Zemi, they have the Chug Cannon, infinite heals as long as they have the time. Queasy drops down from above, but it's only a short stint. He doesn't want to go ahead and stay there for too long as Nikov goes down. 2v1 situation. If anybody can do it, it has to be Queasy.
But Queasy's just outnumbered. Cooper and Zemi are gonna strike first. Victory Royale. And this is the moment they want to keep that momentum building.
Já verifica se você tá inscrito no canal, porque vai que o YouTube tirou sua inscrição e você tá aí vacilando. Nossa, mas é montanha, o play que vai ser viado.
Tá, vamos botar pra ali?
Mais bolinha?
Só pode.
Tá, vai.
Vai pegar um.
Perfeito, chegou. Nossa, mas tá grudado pouco, hein?
Tô contigo.
Nossa, olha o quiz aí, ó.
Vai.
Essa p é o quiz, viu?
Quebramos.
Matei.
Matou de cara?
Tem terceira fight.
Ih.
Pra nós. Tá?
Cadê tu? Tu usou bolinha?
Não, você vai.
Mano, eu acho que é o quiz, viado.
Onde tu tá, mano? Tu não...
Morreu pro Fake Flex Power. É, PETERBOT. Olha aí o Flex falando, Gon, onde tu tá, mano? Tu usou bolinha?
Perfeito.
E o Gon falando, tô pegando raio. É, os caras vão querer pegar o raio, ó. Nossa, só 90 graus, fi. Nossa, Max, Somerset, oh my god. É, pegou o sifão só de Max. Ah, ele sai correndo. Mas agora ele não tem bala em nenhuma das armas, viado. Ele não pode fightar. Oh, Queasy! Não tá amassando. Tem que recarregar essa p. Tem que recarregar essa 12 aí, viado. Carrega inteira. Nice.
Top 10.
Ai, o cara aí. Zerou high, zerou max. Mano, pegou top. Caralho, 6 pontos já fez, velho. Oh, ai. 5 mil. É a de brincar. Nossa, agora ele tem SMG também. É, a de brincar. Só que tem que recarregar. Se ele tiver noção, viado, ele vai usar pra rotar. Nossa, ele tirou ela da mão. Não funciona tirar ela da mão. Ai. Oh my god. Top 8. Cadê? Ah, vai automático. Que massa. Ah, vou ver só o fracassado do gol então. Fracassado. Ah, é a vida, mano. Olha lá, Cooper de novo, viado. Cliques no... Mano, loot mais roubado. Nunca vi loot tão roubado igual esse não, viado. Juro pra você, eu nunca vi. Isso é bizarro. Ganhava, hein. E ele não tinha rotate, parece. Mano, não tem como ele perder, viado. Na moral, não tem como ele perder. Só o Cash Cup. Nossa, mas tem 1 minuto ainda. Ele não vai... Acho que ele vai conseguir segurar esse tempo todo, não, é. Os caras... Nossa. Aí, não vai ter match, não. Ele vai passar assim que vai fightar. Só que ele vai passar todos os matches pra descer, viado. Zerou. Ah, mas a nossa set tá na... Vai passar outro, já? Olha, Mets, bolinha ainda. 5! Jogou. GG. God play. Nossa, viado. O Clips amassou, velho. Let's go! Ah, eu sei, ele acabou de ser pro. Ele tem vários Victory Cup, viado. Filho da f*** fracassado, velho. E a mãe dele. Ah, tu não toma shot nessa f***. Nossa, tá morrendo. E nós vai sair ainda.
The two of you take the high ground. Lacey goes down. What's your
Vai sair
reaction?
pra...
I might have shockwave Lacey into zone, and I knew that would have been a big sell, but it doesn't matter because I won it. So
E a Millie?
it's all good.
Is that why he
Ela
sent you into
vai
the
com
zone?
nós,
Because he
então?
wanted to do it as a solo, Lacey?
He sent me into the zone, but I trusted him the whole way. I never had a doubt he was winning that.
And while he is winning it, are you talking to him or are you like, I gotta stay silent, let him do his thing?
I was just giving him
Essa
simple
pizza aí,
comms,
viado.
mats,
Pega
refreshes, pop his slurp before he goes down and fights, and letting him play.
Going Flakes top 10? Eu nem vi, velho.
Voando.
Cara, é o PETERBOT.
Comigo.
Ó, é o Clix. Tomou o couro pro Clix. Vai, Clix, nice. Ai, builda, filho da p. Não vai ter mais loot pra ele, tá f***ido, velho. Essa partida já foi, já. Tomou Dink de pistol pro Thomas HD.
Vou entrar no gás.
Vai dar 5.
Vai dar 5?
Quem é melhor, Flakes ou Gon? Quem é melhor, Flakes ou Gon? Não, Flakes. Flakes é melhor. O Flakes, pô. Flakes. O Gon não é bom, velho. Mano, o Gon é ruim. Ô, cara.
Tô chegando, Gon. Morri.
Flakes morreu. O Mr. Savage.
Cai, Savage.
Caí, Savage. Tô vendo. Aí foi pra tela dos caras.
Everything that they have, every resource, bandages first, then the chug if needed. And this is how Don is just getting put in the ringer. Another elimination, and it's after 7th zone. He's not coming back this time. Easier for the lobby to thin out, but Reddish has just got taken down, leaving Veno by himself. And you can see he only has 3 minis, so he's going to need an elimination if this goes to a heal off.
He does have a lot of
Mas não seria no play-in, seria no outro campo. Nossa, olha o high ground do Mongrel. Mongrel no high. Easy fightando Mongrel. Nossa, high ground do Queasy, Nick é 30.
That was a 200 IQ play. You had Nick at 30, pushing up, being the actual aggressor. Queasy in the distance, landing the damage. All the A is now down. Mongrel by himself. 90 on the chug, only 25 builds left. He's trying to keep his position in the front side of the zone and attack. But for how long? More and more players starting to put pressure. You feel and hear the shots firing onto his builds.
Oh, but Cammy just got shockwave deep into the heart of the storm. PETERBOT, one more time.
O Flakes não tem dó não, Henrique. Ele não pegou dó ainda não. Ele tem dó tipo de contra o campeonato. Nossa, o PETERBOT. Ué, quem tá segurando? Ele passou suco? Ele tá indo atrás do Mongrel, fi. Matou, vai morrer. Ai. Por que ele não para de se curar, mano? Que é essa, velho? Movimentação, velho.
Goes straight down to the low ground. Thanks to that elimination on Mongrel, he does have some jug left. Veno's doing the same thing, getting aggressive, forcing players lower and lower on his current position. Queasy and Nick, third time could be the charm. We've seen him on high ground. Let's see him close it out.
Nossa, ele pegou refresh, velho.
PETERBOT with a 4th elimination now onto Nate Hill. And it could be disastrous for Savage. He's trying to see if he can make his way forward.
Só isso?
Actually going to be the one caught off guard. Rex from behind, just taking him out. A menace to the lobby, no more. But Rex,
PETERBOT não vai ganhar, velho.
she's also been eliminated. Thomas bringing
Thomas
down
HD.
Mr. Savage. And it's all by himself that he's got to keep this one alive.
Oh no, Shockwave just a little bit too far into zone. Only
Quem tá no high? O Queasy ainda? Mano, o Queasy tá puxando high todas as partidas, velho. Que bizarro.
Duos left in this game, Ronaldo and Kanata. They are the ones on the hunt. They are the ones causing complete chaos down below, especially for any team that crosses path in the gentle
Olha o step do Ronaldo. Esse cara devia estar jogando não, viado. Filho da p***. Esse cara aí, ele já ganhou aqui no CS. Ele largou o fortnite, mas ele já ganhou aqui no CS. Ele faz IRL hoje em dia. Pega tipo uns 40 kg no IRL. Ah, pra mim o PETERBOT ia ganhar, né? É verdade, já deu dele ganhar, né? Nossa, Nick é 30. Nossa, caralho, matou. Morreu. E quem ganhou? Ronaldo. Ah, vou esperar, né? Vou esperar pra ver a tabela. Ele tem chance. Pior que os trio que eu falei que é. Foi mal, irmã.
Any strategies that kind of pointed out, notice we've seen a lot of players solo dropping, letting their teammates keep them alive. It's about a 12-second respawn. You lose time on that respawn for knocks, eliminations, and full squad wipes. And hopefully they're able to kind of utilize it as PETERBOT looking for a little bit of revenge, but it is going to be on Mongrel at the outside of the zone. Nice attempt by Mongrel trying to land the shot, even almost getting PETERBOT boxed up, but he's just too quick and a little bit too fast that Mongrel's just going to have to slowly but surely try to back down and reassess the situation.
Pretty much all of FP's control though belongs to PETERBOT, and he just continues applying pressure steadily to Mongrel. Mongrel though, a little bit of a bite back here. Big crack into PETERBOT's shield, and Allier, he might actually have his revenge. PETERBOT in a little bit of a pickle here, but Mongrel, he can't close in just fast enough.
Allier really saying enough is enough. And now we got Ozzy versus Allier. The almost full piece coming out from Ozzy. He is feeling the confidence. He probably heard the comp from Peter saying, bro, you have to get this guy off me. And now he's dancing, doing a little two-step on one side. Ozzy getting aggressive. And that's the thing. They are down further on the leaderboard than anyone would have expected. They need aggression. They need eliminations. And now that PETERBOT won his, he said, yo, look, Pete, there's another.
It's not just that. Aussie pulling back. PETERBOT likely telling Aussie, do not eliminate Allier. Mongrel's already been taken out. We can focus him instead. We know that he's weak. We know that he's low, but PETERBOT, it might have been a distraction. A fake out, if you will. As Aussie continues to try and chase out Mongrel, PETERBOT is still watching, lying in wait for Allier to expose himself.
I'm just saying, this is the Ozzy I really wanted to see. It feels like he's feeling himself right now. Four shockwaves, breaks into the box, and he almost, oh, he does! Ozzy takes down Mongrel! Woo, this is what I came to see this weekend.
Might have just passed the torch along to his teammate.
He's just been hiding down underneath. PETERBOT misses the shot, but now he has him full boxed up underneath. This is all over. As long as PETERBOT can land the shots necessary, Allier is not able to get out as he lands continuing shots after another. 3 straight back-to-back-to-back. But at least Allier, you see the smile. He's a good sport for it.
But some of these teams that were leading towards that top end of the leaderboard in our top 3 position, they've got to be getting a little bit nervous, seeing that elimination feed constantly light up with PETERBOT's name and clicks. He's got a whole slew of problems right in front of him. Cooper and Zemi nearly taking him out. Lacey still a little bit left behind. Can he reunite? Crash pad gonna catapult him straight to the front side. He's building, he's boxing, but that's his last splash. Now he has to wait for Clicks to play catch up.
At least they've reunited into the same box. Clicks now taking charge, even giving up some of the heals on over to Lazy. They might have shockwaved him out of zone one game, but they won't want to make that mistake again, especially with the leaderboard this close. As Reason getting a pair of eliminations. Stable Ronaldo now left by himself with Panada getting taken down, and he's somebody, we talked about his experience. He has a ton of it, but how much is it?
PETERBOT and Aussie fully controlling the flow of this lobby. We saw Faxity for a moment, but it was only just a shockwave, a crash pad. Everybody trying to just stay one step ahead of the pack.
It's going to be extremely difficult for anybody to look up and try to contest it because of that mythic pulse rifle. Just constant pressure coming down from PETERBOT and Ozzy. Everybody can feel it, and even PETERBOT's just going down low, making sure to reconnect. The FNCS strategies are coming out in full force. That's how serious PETERBOT's taking the second half.
And Aussie, he's going to be forced to actually pull back. Took a little bit too much damage. He's going to have to wait for the heals to pay out. But now, Queasy still alive as a solo.
Shockwaving, destroying some builds, but giving him a little bit of cover to look through, but Lacey spots him out, gets the elimination. 10th zone, placement points have not even set in just yet. 11 teams still alive, relatively loose with a couple of players playing as solos. Pulga being one of them, lands a good shot on the Courage, but not enough to get that green light to go. Cooper, Zemi, they clean up Lacey, leaving Clicks by himself, and this is where players are falling left, right, and center. Clicks might be one of them because he's feeling the pressure.
And Clicks, he only has 2 builds left. Make that one build and a dream. Doesn't even get a chance to heal. He's gonna be taken out before he can continue trying to build up those placements. Zemi, Cooper though, one of our few healthy teams on the low ground, but can they escape PETERBOT's vision. That's been the real deciding factor for so many of these teams. Courage also scrambling right next to them. Cole taking out Reason, though. Very big troubles, very huge scenes, though, as Courage finds his own elimination onto Jacob.
He just wiped the full duo out of the lobby. No siphon, though, so 30 HP. The necessary time for that Chug to pop is now. PETERBOT slowly but surely dropping down. They realize this one is all but over in their favor. 2 Shockwaves, half a Chug as well. More loot being passed up, but now they're contested. Flakes and gone, they're going up, but PETERBOT's going out. He has the last grappler. He makes his way back to the zone. This is why he is king.
But PETERBOT, he's got to get his way back towards where the zone is actually at. He doesn't want to find himself outside of it. Still has a Shockwave. He takes out Gone. That's going to be the massive refresh. All of these builds, Shockwaving up. One more tick could do it, but PETERBOT barely managing to stay alive. He's on the high ground, and Ozzy's still right behind him. Ozzy's going to play Disruptor on low.
You don't know who he is until you realize that is Fragger Ozzy on the low ground, causing chaos. PETERBOT's chopping down Cooper, sending him all the way down low to that low ground, and now that's his chance to put down pressure. Only 3 teams remain, and only one of them is a strong duo because Courage has just gone down. Cooper has no choice but to try to make a play. Everybody left alive is going to be solos. Cooper versus Cold in the backside of the zone as he takes down Courage.
But Cold, he's right there in the mind of PETERBOT. Cooper trying to do what he can. PETERBOT doesn't have a whole lot of HP to work with. He'll at least have the opportunity, though, from the high ground to play off these small shield potions. Cooper goes up, but Cooper gets knocked down! PETERBOT with the clutch! We all know what he's capable of, and he is just continuing to deliver!
Both of these guys are playing in synchronization to make things happen when it matters most. Ozzy dropping to the low ground, PETERBOT doing everything else. They waited to the second half, but they shown up and shown up big. Right, Frankie?
Well, they did show up big, and you know what? We know, PETERBOT, you're the FNCS but please give it up the King Kangaroo!
I mean, I think for most that end game, I was just trying to stay alive. I mean, you just let the best do what he does. I didn't really do much, but that was the whole plan.
You got 2 eliminations to your name. You were alive in that end game. How much difference did Ozzy make to your game, Peter?
I mean, he stayed alive very long. I mean, he did his job.
You sound surprised.
No, I'm not surprised.
I'm sure he shot himself up that leaderboard, and we can actually take a look right now at the standings. 2nd place, from 7th to 2nd place in a single match. Just a couple points, few points separating from Cooper and Zemi.
And Regs, she might have even alerted Flakes and Gone that their prey has now been fully intercepted. They're gonna opt to just prioritize farming up a little bit of material, taking a moment to pause here, really scope out the scenery. But a little look back sees on what was taking place with Ronaldo and Cypher PK completely cornered by Kanata and Ron. A real strong tag team effort.
Yeah, and you see that box was literally on fire.
Pete's got to be wary. He can't just openly aggress into Savage's box. He might even shift his focus towards Savage's duo mate. Locky, he's got to stay closer to where Savage is at. PETERBOT from overhead. PETERBOT crushed Savage's shields entirely. PETERBOT knocked Savage, and that's just another elimination added up.
PETERBOT just said, I thought you retired. Maybe let me lend you a hand going back on over there. Lachlan just trying to stay alive. Like I said, this is the last place. You want to be a solo, trying to keep your team alive, because they're going to see it, they're going to jump. Now they're pouncing onto Lachlan. They know Savage just got rebooted. He is on the clock, and time is definitely ticking.
Cooper and Zemi, you've got to be panicking a little bit. You're watching that lead get completely flipped upside down because PETERBOT and Ozzy are just relentless. They are farming Lachlan and Savage, and one more elimination off of Lachlan. PETERBOT with 4 already. There's got to be some form of a disengage, but Savage, he'll meet his end. A full duo wipe. And that might actually be the best case scenario, though, for Zemi and Cooper. Clicks, Lacey, they're just gonna shockwave out. They're gonna take their odds, just catapulting themselves further. But the lobby is not letting up. Clicks so incredibly low. Lacey cracked as well. Queasy on the other end of things. But Flakes, he sees the white ticks. He wants to keep barreling them with pressure. And Clicks, Lacey, they are just at their wits' end. They're practically out of material. If anybody else even spots out the fact that they're under so much heavy fire, they might just look to steal this one away from the rest of the lobby.
For Clicks and Lacey to start to get aggressive, but they're just waiting to catch somebody off guard. a nice maybe 200 damage, and it's Ozzy, the ones that looks like they're going to pounce on him first. PETERBOT already made his way on out, and now he's going to be by himself because they go ahead and take down Ozzy and get the loot they desperately need to stay alive.
But it's just not enough material. Lacey still has 0 builds to work with, and there are shots coming in from every direction. They're just playing a little bit too close towards that backside of zone. Teams know that this is an injured duo. They are not healthy enough to keep pressing forward. But Jacob, he's lost in the fray. Cammy gonna be the only one left standing now at that duo, and Thomas with that mammoth pistol trying to see if he can take somebody else's head off.
This is where you really have to be careful and thoughtful of your shockwaves and your crash pads, because someone just like this is gonna deal so much damage just like that. Queasy just gets deleted out of the sky, and their chances for high ground go out the window because it looks like it's Thomas HD and Somerset's turn to claim it as their own.
And Thomas all too happy to take over. But that's where things went south for Jacob. Just beam from the sky. No rotation is safe when you've got somebody like Thomas on high ground with that mammoth. But look at Faxity and Reason. Reason said he's feeling lucky, but he's gonna need more than luck to make his way up this hill face. Thomas Somerset already beamed to the punch. PETERBOT, no Aussie. But PETERBOT, he's been here before, Jacob, and the last time we saw him, he managed to make it work.
Now every team that goes down, you get placements.
But Seti, Daya, they were just sneaking their way up the hill face. Somerset, Thomas, too distracted. They're dealing with PETERBOT right in front of them, but Somerset crash padding up. Typical Gamer nearly getting taken out. Typical Gamer actually gonna force Somerset to drop ultimate low. No, she's gonna try to go back up to her height, but Pulga, he's already got control. Pulga and Typical Gamer now fully taking over the high ground, and they gotta deal with Pete in the middle of it. All the while, Seti Daya in the low ground. This could be the optimal position because the heavy work is being done for them. The lobby is thinning itself out. Kanata might even be able to find another knock. No, he needs the refresh more than ever. Potasai spotted out. The wood box not going to keep him safe for much longer, but Kanata forced to close off the wall. Scouts that it's Cooper and Zemi in the low ground, cutting him off, stealing that loot away from him.
Cooper and Zemi finally getting eliminations. They're playing towards that consistency. We know throughout the course of this game, PETERBOT and Ozzy have taken away that first place, but there's still 6 teams that need to go down, which is 6 placement points. And he has that mythic charge shotgun. 1 pump potential for him. PETERBOT, he's got a little bit of arsenal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 1v1 versus Kanata. No siphon, no matters. Both of them go down.
PETERBOT making sure that Kanata goes with them. Typical Gamer still on height with Pulga, but Daya, Seti, they're still up and kicking. Reason, Faxity to the high ground. Reason, Faxity seem like they want to be the ones to take over height. The challenge is a success. They're now on top. Typical Gamer stuck in the mid-ground. Everybody getting trapped inside the castle here at Fort Crumpet, and Typical Gamer will fall.
There might have been over 4 million different timelines looking through, but this might be the one where Faxity, a late entrant into the competition, could come out, but he's having a couple of hiccups from up, down, left, right. His HP's out the window, but Cooper staggering himself back. His only chance was left of the Chug Jug. He has to figure out a way in because he's the only solo left versus Seti and Daya. Faxity and Reason, the 2 strong duos, but they run into Cooper. He goes down. Reason is the one that's firing down from above. Hail and Brimstone with that red eye.
I like that! Faxity and Reason, they just need to close it. Reason gets the final blow, and Seti and Daya, they are out of here. Reason and Faxity, this is your moment. This is your victory royale.
Going into game number 6, Aussie Antics. Wow. PETERBOT, 57 points. Cooper and Zemi, 56. But the kicker, Tokata, Seti, and Daya, 54.
It's going to be absolute cinema going into this last match. 3 points is the difference from 3rd to 1st place.
This might not be what Savage was looking for, though. Pulga gonna temporarily prevent PETERBOT from outright keying Savage, but PETERBOT, he has other plans in mind. He's looking for that fight regardless. Savage just trying to keep this wall closed off long enough, but Pete already immediately looking to take it. Savage scrambling, ducking every which way, but Savage, he just can't get the return blow he needs. Savage is gonna fall. The PETERBOT's gonna let him know what's up. Able to accomplish throughout the course of our lobbies today. 54 points going into this one. Alex, brought to his end. Only temporarily though, but it looks like Gon and Flakes have had enough. They are sick of the Ospawn fight being so conveniently interrupted by Alex. They say, hey, if you're looking for a fight, we'll pick one with you instead.
More so over Seti and Diaz. Kanata and Stable Ronaldo just below them, 4th place on the leaderboard. They're going to need a monster last game. I'm talking 20, maybe 25 elims and the win. What a way to start it off, though. Nice shots on the Cypher PK, and that's the first elimination in the books. So why not use this time to let Cooper reload back into this game, get as much loot as possible, because you can't really go loot for it, and maybe drop what he has. But you're seeing how Cooper went down into the first place, the crash pads. A lot of these players have those audio visuals, but guess what? With the crash pads, you see nothing.
But PD's just got so much material, he doesn't mind giving up a little bit of it. But Aussie, he's been picked off from behind him. PETERBOT now trying to see if he can actually dart his way back, but he can't get to Aussie's body in time. He's been cleared out the high ground. The real reason why Aussie couldn't make that rotate next to Pete, Queasy, and Nick at 30. They're still in control of height 2, just launching themselves to the next front side of zone, and that's gonna force PETERBOT to drop yet another layer.
And if PETERBOT were to fall here, he has a little bit of a cushion that Zemi, Cooper, Seti, Dia will have to overcome, and even one more point being cleaned up as he gets the elimination on to Clicks. That's 6 solo eliminations for PETERBOT. Him and Ozzy have 7 overall, and they're trying to continue to increase that lead, and you're seeing our top 3. Seti is now by himself. He's feeling that same pressure that PETERBOT is.
But wait a second, Zemi, Cooper, they might have just been reintroduced to this winning conversation. Seti getting sent so far outside into the storm, he's gonna have to use his Chug Jug way too early. Valuable seconds being ticked off here now. Trying to crank back up, trying to shockwave back into the zone. He does manage to make it, but only 20 left on that Chug Jug. Cooper loses Zemi though. Cooper's got to do this all by himself.
Luckily for Cooper, though, who does have med kits, the legendary Slurp Juice, different options here. Everybody in our top 3 are now officially solo players trying to hunt here, basically trying to outmatch each other. Now placement points are starting to come in. Top 9, top 8 as another one's going to fall. That's Somerset that gets taken down. Kanata is now out of this game. The players are now getting closer and closer here towards the end game where our final 3 could face off.
But that elimination that Cooper just got onto Queasy, that might just be enough time. Cooper doing what he can to try and see if there's any spare heals that he might be able to find back. So, but PETERBOT takes out Seti and Dia. They're no longer in the conversation for first. PETERBOT trying to hold strong to their position, but there's still other players to deal with. Cooper also doing the same on the low ground, and PETERBOT's out of here. Cooper has the opportunity of a lifetime here to bring this one home.
He needs placement. He needs eliminations. It's his chance to put up some big numbers here in the final game of the day, but he finds himself in a 1v1, v2 situation here for our final 3 players left in the game, and the duo, EU's finest, Podesai and Nikov, going against Gon. That's the solo player who shockwaves towards the top, tries to fire a shot as he drops down low. Cooper's just letting them handle things. He said free placement, I don't mind.
Cooper, he might be looking to even try and send somebody back into the storm. He's got 5 shockwaves. He can buy himself a little bit of time. He's going to go straight up. He's going to throw that shockwave out, but it's not going to connect. Podesai going to get chopped out because of Cooper sending himself off of the shockwave, but Cooper, he's just stuck between all of France here. Podesai and Nikov, but it will find the Gentlemate's victory in Game 6 here, but the damage has been done. Cooper falling what he did. Your FNCS 2025 Pro-Am champions are decided. PETERBOT and Oceantics.
One full day of competition, Taco. 6 games. You got PETERBOT, reigning defending global champion. You got Ozzy, one of the biggest faces of competitive Fortnite. They went ahead and dominated with multiple eliminations. They got a victory royale. That's why your FNCS Pro-Am champions, Ozzy and PETERBOT!
Você que chegou até aqui e quer ganhar um presente por isso, eu vou dar um gift card ou V-Bucks pra você escanear esse QR Code aqui, entrar no meu grupo do WhatsApp e participar, que eu vou estar mandando tudo por lá.